Today I'm going to be telling you about my first cold approach. The first time I ever approached a woman in my life. Actually just gone up to a random girl that I thought was attractive and talked to her and tried to basically ask her out. And yeah, I'll spoil it right now. It was rejection. But we're going to get to how the rejection went down, which in my opinion was kind of the craziest way, the thing I least expected for my first cold approach ever. But it all starts in the gym, all right? Probably around 2 years ago. At this point, probably a year and a half, something like that. And I'm in the gym, and there's this girl that I see who's there a decent amount as, I go usually after my school gets out. She looks older, though. She looks like in college, but not like too old to where that it's insane if I go up to her. And I remember I would think to myself, and because at the time I was watching a lot of self-improvement videos, especially about like kind of cold approaching and this type of thing, because I knew it was the one thing I wasn't doing out of all the self-improvement habits and this whole like idea of self-improvement online. The cold approaching and talking to women was one of the things I was not doing at all. I wasn't really improving. I wouldn't say I wasn't improving socially, but I wasn't improving that much socially, especially when it came to getting comfortable around talking to girls and approaching girls. And as of right now, I'd say I'm pretty comfortable with it, even though I'm definitely not perfect. At the time, I would see her a couple, whatever, and I thought to myself, this is the perfect girl for me to cold approach first, right? I didn't have, like, this idea that I wanted to date her, really, or I wasn't, like, super attracted to her, but I was like, she's good looking, she goes to the gym, I go to the gym, there's something in common here, so it's just pretty easy, like, let's do it. And I remember one day, one of my friends that I already knew at the gym, she was talking to this girl. And so I just took that opportunity. I was like, okay, here we go. I walk over, say hi to the friend I already know, and then the girl is right there. And so I'm able to just say hello to her, introduce myself, ask her whatever about, what she's doing in college. I know she's nursing and, random ass small talk. And I wasn't planning on doing anything right then. It was just get to know her. And I guess you could say, Max, this is not a cold approach because this girl, you already talked to her. Yeah, okay. Technically not a cold approach. Basically still was. Didn't really know it at all. Probably a 1 minute 2 minute conversation about where she was going. Like, she's going to college and doing nursing. And that's all I really knew about her at all. Fast forward to the next day. I literally see her, like, right when I get into the gym. I'm like, holy shit, bro. Like, this is it. This is it. We gotta do it. I'm like psyching myself. I'm like, come on, Max. We're gonna go up to her. We're like, let's freaking go. Like, we're gonna go talk to her right now. And it's gonna be a first cold approach. And we're just gonna do her. Ask for her number. Come on. We're gonna talk to her and then we're gonna say, can I get your number? And so I'm psyching myself. I'm gonna do it. And I go to one exercise. I'm gonna do it. And I keep looking over her and seeing, oh wait, where is she? She's still here? Okay. Move on to my next exercise. And then I'm like, okay, we gotta do it. Or else she's gonna leave. And I literally see her walking down, leaving the gym. And I was like, what are we doing? Like, why did I hesitate so much? I should have just gone up. I was so mad at myself. And I told myself, if I see her tomorrow, if I ever see her again, I gotta go up immediately. And the next day, she is there again. I walk in, and it's perfect. Lat pull down's open, right diagonally, she's on rows. What do? Take lat pull down, and I don't go instantly over to her, because I told myself I would, but I was not doing that. I was looking over, okay, where's the opening? Hit my set, hit another set. I'm like, all right, we got to do it. She's going to walk away again. She's going to leave the gym. What the hell? So I'm like, build up the courage. Okay, force your legs to walk. I stand up, force myself to walk over and say, what's up? Start a random conversation, right? She looks up at me. She's like, oh, hey. We start a random conversation about like her school. I start asking questions. And I'm just, the whole time, I'm not even listening to what she's saying. I'm not present in any way possible during this conversation. Just random small talk, just asking questions off, like, the top of my dome. Like, oh, how's, like, nursing? Oh, you already planning to do that? Blah, 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 blah. And then I'm just thinking, when do I interject to ask this question? And there's just a part in the conversation where it goes dry, and there's nothing else to ask. And I was just like, hey, so could I get your number? And I want you to guess what she, told me. Out of the millions of options here, it was the one that I least expected. So I'm going to give you 3 seconds to guess. 3, 2, 1, lock it in. You know what she said to me? She looked me dead in the eye and said, why? Out of everything that could have been said in that situation, what is the response? Why? And I took this in one of, because there's only two ways you could take this. One is, why the hell are you asking me? Like, what do you think is happening here? You think I would ever give you my number? Like, you're a little, like, what? I took it as that. And so in the moment, I was just confused, almost like kind of like indignant, like angry, like, what? Like, I literally said, like, wait, what do you mean? Like, what? I was just looking so confused. I don't even know if I said anything, actually. The only other option that it could have been was, like, a more innocent, like, why? Like, do you want to, like, she had no idea I was even interested in her in any way or thought she was good looking or anything like that. Like, there was no inclination that she even knew. It was the furthest thought from her mind. Either way, it's not a good answer. The first one is honestly, when I look back on it, it might not have been that, but I still, in a way, think it was. Almost like, why are you asking me this? Like, you're bro, like, what? Like, in a way, it was kind of like that. I'm pretty sure. Maybe my mind is just extrapolating it, and it was just more like a why. But I took it as a why. You know what I mean? Different tone there. And I felt like it was more like that. And after, I was just confused. I was looking at her like, what? Like, I was literally just like, in shock. Like, bro, what is this response? Out of every response I thought she would say, either rejection, I'm fine. Yes, okay, get the number. What is why? Like, I could not even, that was not an idea in my mind that this was an outcome. Like, Doctor Strange wouldn't even have seen this outcome coming. Like, there's just no world this happened. And I'm standing there, she's sitting down, just like, I don't even know how the rest of the conversation went. I just knew, I was like, oh, all right. And she, oh, wait, no. You know what she said to me? She said, oh, I'll give you my Instagram, though. Like, in a way, that was almost like a pity. Like, give me, I'm not going to take your number, but you can have my Instagram if you want. You can follow me on Instagram. Like, fuck no. I'm not doing that. After that happened, I'm like, hell no, bro. And I'm like, no, I'm good. Like, it's okay. No, I'm good. And then I just walk away. And that's like, I don't think I've ever spoken to her since then. I've seen her at the gym a couple times. It's almost just awkward. Like, at this point, it's not really awkward. I could probably just say what's up. But, it was not the outcome that I wanted. But you might be saying, Maxwell, did you just stop cold approaching girls after this? Because that's pretty brutal. That's pretty brutal, bro. You might just want to stop talking to interacting with women at this point. If it was that bad of a response. But, no, I didn't take it like that. I didn't take it like it was the end of the world. Because I realized, I came into it, and what really helped was I didn't care that much about, because I didn't want to date her. So I didn't care that much about the outcome. It was just to do it, right? And so this is what I recommend you do if you ever do. Don't really start, okay, you can if you want to, but don't really start a cold approach with some girl that you really do care about, that you honestly have, like, known for a while, but have never really talked to. Like, that would be way more crushing if she said something like that. Like, but I'm glad that I just didn't really care, because I never really cared too much about the outcome in the first place, right? And rejection, when you feel it, we have this fear of it, guys do. It's really not that bad. And especially this fear of something bad happening. Like, imagine if she actually just straight up said, ew, what the hell? You're ugly. Like, if she said something like shit like that, the initial response isn't like, oh, I'm so ugly. Oh my God, why did she say that? It's like, bitch, what? Like, it's like, that's the reaction to it. Like, what are you you talking to me in this way right now? Like, what? You get angry, right? It's not really this, oh my God, I'm so ugly. She called me ugly. Well, you start bawling your eyes out right in front of her. Like, even if that happens, it's not that bad. And this is what I'm realizing. Like, it's not that deep, bro. It's not that deep. That probably was the worst response I could have gotten. Not the worst response. That's probably one of the most confusing responses and weirdest and kind of bad responses I could have gotten in that scenario. But it didn't really matter. I moved on with my life. And maybe it's a bit awkward when I see her or when she's around. But who cares? Who cares? It genuinely doesn't matter. In any way. And it only benefited me. Because what did it do? It taught me there's only up from here, bro. There's only up from here. So you get rejection and the why. Like, why are you even asking me? Like, that's a double whammy. Which means I could have taken it as, oh, woe is me, I can't attract women. I took it as, that's the worst it can start out as. Good, we're on the up from here, on the up and up. Let's keep talking, let's keep approaching. And so that's what I did. That's the moral of the story, that's the lesson here. Look, when you're a guy and you're young and you're thinking, okay, wait, I hear all these guys talking about, oh, you go approach, you should have the confidence to go talk to, and all these videos, guys saying, oh yeah, go up to the women, say this, say that. Bro, they're just a human, like, go talk to them, like, when you're interested, when you're attracted. Just go do it. Something I heard recently is 3-second rule. When you see an attractive girl, give yourself 3 seconds and you just go do it. You have to do it within those 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1, go. Right? There's also the 3, 2, 1 rule where you say, I'm going to do it no matter what. I'm going to force my legs to walk. 3, 2, 1, go. And even if you mess up or say something, I'm not going to give you advice on like what to say. You can literally say hello. You can enter with anything. You can enter with, I think I've seen you before. Do you go to this school? Like, you can enter with anything. Oh, have you been going to the gym long? Oh, have you been going here long? Do you like it here? Did you like that event? Whatever. But just start doing it, honestly, because it helps you a lot with your confidence and your realization that there's nothing bad that happens from it. Never. Basically never has anything bad happened from, there's no, it's a net positive 99.9% of the time. I would take those chances every time. But the thing is, I even don't. And it's just because of an irrational fear that you need to break by doing it. Rejection is not that bad. Talking to these beautiful women is nice. It's good. They're just normal. And usually, sometimes you even feel like there was one time I did it where I truly have felt a feeling I've never felt before. And I honestly want to hit her up again. But she's off doing her own thing. And that's what really was making me so interested in her. She had this purpose and like passion for something so deep that I was like, this is cool. Like, most people don't even have this. And I was having like a fruitful conversation with her on our first conversation. And it made me feel a certain way. And like, there could be a girl like that out there for you that's even more than me. Like, that goes even deeper than that. Your connection is just instantaneous and super strong. But it would never happen if you didn't go up and talk to her. So here's what I would say. It is a net positive every time. Just take that at face value. It's a net positive every time. There's never time where you shouldn't do it. Unless, obviously, very special circumstances. Oh, you have a girlfriend already. Oh, yeah, whatever. Obvious shit, right? So without disregarding the obvious shit, you should do it every single time. There's no reason not to. The only reason not to is irrational excuses that you make up for yourself and these irrational fears that you feel. They're not real and they aren't valid. And that's what I realized that after doing my first one is that for so long, I would just be so hesitant, so whatever, and like, oh, I think about it so much. Don't overthink. There's nothing to think about. Go up and talk to her. She's a human being. That is what I learned from my very embarrassing first cold approach story that probably went the worst way it possibly could in my mind at the time. And after, I just thought to myself, good. It can only go up from here. And that's what you should take away from it, even if a girl does reject you for the first time you go cold approach, or you've already done it, and if you've already done it, then you probably know what's up, right? This is mostly for the guys that have never cold approached a girl, or you just want to hear about me getting my ass rejected in the weirdest way, most confusing way possible that I had no idea was going to happen. I couldn't have prepared for that in any world, bro. Even if I was Doctor Strange, all right? Looking at the millions of outcomes possible, that one did not come up in my mind. But yeah, go talk to women, bro. Go talk to women. Moral of the story, talk to beautiful women that you want to talk to, because it could turn into something very amazing. Never know, bro. Never know. And there's not a possibility that it could turn into something insanely horrible. So there's no reason not to. No reason not to. Go talk to the women that you want to talk to, bro. Just talk to them. It does not matter. And as always, never stop improving. You'll be grateful for it later.